million preborn babies lost their lives while Roe v. Wade was the law of our land, according to National Right to Life. 64 million. That is an entire generation. 64 million. Even though Roe was overturned at the national level, many states, mine included, rushed to legalize abortion at the state level. Women have been sold a lie. A lie that abortion is just a choice. Because a preborn baby isn't actually a human being, or it's her body, her choice. It's a lie that chemical abortions are not hurting anyone. And it's a lie that the preborn is just a clump of tissues. This lying has to stop. The first lie is that the unborn is not human. But from the moment of conception, each embryo is a unique, living being. You were once an embryo. All of us were once embryos. Which of us didn't deserve to live? Pro-life speaker Scott Klusendorf has an acronym for the differences between us and an embryo to use with people who try to make preborn babies seem less human than you or I. The acronym is SLED. S-L-E-D. The first letter is S, and it stands for size. While it's true there is a huge size difference between an embryo that can sit on the tip of my pinky and me, there's also a size difference between me and my big brother. Does that difference make my brother more human than me? No, it doesn't. So while there may be a size difference between an embryo on the tip of my finger and me, that difference doesn't make that preborn baby any less of a human being. The second letter is L, and it stands for level of development. My nephew Titus is 4 years old. Do you think there's a difference between the level of development of his 4 years and my 17? I should hope so, at least for my dignity. But does that difference make me more human than my nephew? No, it doesn't. The third letter is E. E stands for environment. Does where you are define anything about what you are? If you go to another country, does that change what you are? Or if you sit down, does that change your humanity? If a preborn baby is not human inside the womb, moving from inside to outside wouldn't change that. The fourth letter is D. D stands for degree of dependence. If independence makes us human, then anyone who depends on medication wouldn't be human. Women are being fed a lie that preborn babies are not human, and that has to stop. The second lie is that there's nothing wrong or dangerous with taking 2 harmless pills that as of March 2025 can be delivered in the mail. But that is not true. Chemical abortions are not just any other pill. Chemical abortions requires 2 pills, mifepristone and misoprostol. The first stops the hormones that are providing nutrients to the growing baby and causes the developing baby to detach from the nourishing uterine lining. Within 48 hours, the baby will die because of the lack of nutrients. Then the second drug causes contractions, forcing the now dead preborn baby out of the uterus. This is the ugly reality of chemical abortions. The easy access of abortion pills that can be bought online or at local pharmacies like CVS or Walgreens can make it seem like any other medication. But it is anything but another medication. Even if severe side effects don't occur for the mother, the taking of abortion pills results in a life being lost. The preborn baby will never get to grow up. Remember that each of us was once that preborn baby. Which of us didn't deserve to grow up? It is our duty to do everything we can to expose the lies that are being sold to women. Abortion is anything but harmless, and more people, more mothers, more fathers need to know. The third lie, and the one that hurts me the most, is the lie that that embryo is just a clump of tissues. In my research for this speech, I watched a presentation by Klusendorf, and toward the end of his presentation, he showed a video that brought me to tears. Permit me to describe what I saw, not for shock value, but for truth. There were no words, just simple piano music in the background, slowly on the screen. The first image is of an abortion at 7 weeks, and it shows a pair of teeny, undeveloped hands. At 10 weeks, the abortion image showed a teeny face. An unseen hand uses a tool to open and close the mouth of the little child who will never open that mouth. In my soul, there whispered a teeny no. Then the next image came. It was of an abortion at 24 weeks. At that point, the preborn baby could have survived outside of the womb. The hands of an unseen doctor casually lifted the limp form and wrapped it in paper, like that preborn baby didn't even matter. That whisper in my soul grew to a shout. I wanted to scream at that doctor, stop. That little body you are treating so casually was a child, a living and whole human being. Women are being lied to. Abortion is not a simple way to solve a problem. Preborn babies are just as much human as you and I are. Those 2 pills are not just another medication. And that clump of tissues is a complete and whole human being. Although a preborn baby might come from the smallest of beginnings, we all came from that beginning. We all were small enough to sit on the tip of my pinky. Which of us didn't deserve to live? We all need to live our lives honoring life, bringing support to women that are struggling with a choice that they might not even realize is a very real choice between life and death. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Holly, we're so excited that you're going to be representing us at the state level. It's such a wonderful speech.